morning, ladies. I hope you guys are doing well. We are on day 10 of Vlogmas, and today we are going to do something very, very special and very, very yummy. So we are going to make peanut butter candy, or that's what my family calls it. You may have heard it referred to as pinwheel candy maybe, or peanut butter log, that kind of thing. But anyway, my grandmother made this every single Christmas, and that was the only time of year she ever made it. And she would come up on Christmas Eve, and she and I would get in the kitchen, and we would make peanut butter candy together. And I will be honest with you, so we did not have like a stand mixer like I'm going to use today. So it was all done by hand. And I was good for about the first 5 minutes helping. And then, you know, as a child, I would go off and play and come back and eat it when it was ready. But honestly, at our house, you have not had Christmas until the peanut butter candy comes out. So anyway, the kids do not know that I'm making this. So they are going to be super excited to come home and find out that we have peanut butter candy in the house. If there's any left, I will tell you, it's my favorite thing to eat ever. So anyway, we're going to get going on this. But I think I was telling you, so she made it by hand, just stirring and kneading the dough and everything. And the first time that I made it after she passed away, I used a stand mixer. And honestly, what would take hours for her to do, I had done in like 10 minutes. And I felt so bad because I thought all that time that she, poor thing, like kneaded the dough and everything, and I had it. Honestly, the first year I thought I've done something wrong, but it tastes good, you know. So anyway, but it just modern things are very handy. So anyway, let's get going on this. So it's really simple. You don't need many ingredients. So we're going to start with a third of a pound of butter. Now you do not want margarine. You want to make sure you're using butter. Okay. So basically a third of a pound is like a stick and a third of another stick. So that's what we're going to put into the bowl of our stand mixer to get going. And we're just going to go ahead and let that mix a little bit. Just, oh, I guess it would help if I plugged it in, just to cream it up a little bit. Okay, so while that's doing that, we need 1 pound of confectioner's sugar. So back when my grandmother was doing this, when she first started, of course, you bought it in a box. You bought the sugar in a box. And so you would use 1 box, which was 1 pound. And I will show you, so I'm using the cookbook that actually has her recipe in it for peanut butter rolls. So anyway, super excited to use that every year. It's really nice. But anyway, so I have a scale. And if you do not have a scale, I did not have a scale in my kitchen for a long time. And I was watching the Preppy Kitchen, and he always had a scale, and he would measure when he baked. And anyway, so my son was bulking, you know, he was trying to gain weight and stuff. So he was like, you know, we had to know calories, and so ounces of meat that he was eating and all this. So anyway, we bought a scale, and I absolutely love it. So highly recommend it. I think it was like 20 bucks on Amazon. It's really tiny and thin, so it doesn't take up like a lot of space in your kitchen. But I'm just going to set my bowl on it, and so it's zeroed out. You can zero it out here. Let me show you. There you go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so we're going to get, I need a pound of this. So I've got it on pounds. So we're just going to, and I think it's going to take most of this bag. But, so we're up to 8/10, 9.95. Oh, there we go. 1.005. We'll call that pretty close. So, and you are going to need a little bit of confectioner's sugar later, so make sure you have a little bit extra. But the butter is mixing. Everything's looking pretty good. So let's get a spatula. We're just going to push that out. And add some of our powdered sugar. And sorry, I think my light bulb is trying to go out on me, but put most of it in, but not all of it. We're gonna just let that mix a little. You're also gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that before I add the rest of my confectioner's sugar. My grandmother's peanut butter candy was famous all through the community. Everybody loved it, and they would ask her to make her candy for them for Christmas each year. And so we made a bunch of it. Well, she did. I ate a bunch of it. She also made really good homemade fudge as well, but this was my favorite. And thankfully, all my children love it. All right, so we're just gonna keep mixing until everything's incorporated and it's like a soft dough forms. Okay. We're going to add just a little bit more confectioner's sugar. You know, as with everything when you do in the kitchen, it's just sometimes you need a little more, sometimes a little less, depending on temperature and that kind of thing, humidity. So we're going to add a little bit more just to get it a little bit stiffer. There we go. It's starting to come together. All right, now you're gonna want wax paper. So let's get some of that laid out. I had to buy a new thing of it. I had used all of mine. Now, take a little bit of powdered sugar and sprinkle on your wax paper. So instead of, like, if you were doing cookie dough, you'd use flour, we're using confectioner's sugar for this. All right. Get it all off of my beaters. My children will be sorry that they were not home to eat part of it. And we're gonna make probably end up doing 2 rolls out of this. Let's get the rest of it out of the bowl. So you can see it's very, you know, kind of soft. All right, so we're gonna get it into a ball, and then we're just gonna kind of just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be, you know, precise, and make 2 balls out of it. So we'll put one back in there. Now we want it to be kind of rectangular shaped, sort of following how our paper is, okay? So after you get it in your ball, then you can kind of press it out a little and sort of go ahead and start shaping it to the shape that you want it, even though it's, you know, small. But now we're going to go ahead and let's put some powdered sugar on top of it, and we're going to roll it out. And you roll it pretty thin. And then when it starts sticking, just get you a little bit more powdered sugar and go again. I don't know how many things of fudge and peanut butter candy my grandmother didn't make every year. And she would always put it in metal tins, Christmas tins, and give it to people, and they would be full. But she really, and I mean, she worked full time. I mean, she had a job and everything, but Christmas, boy, she really got in the kitchen and went to town with this. But you know, the funny thing, she actually was not a very good cook. It was this. This was her thing. This was what she did so well. And so anyway, but now you're going to need peanut butter. Now, if you're allergic to peanut butter, then just use something else. But we're going to put that down. And then we'll spread it out here in a minute. So as you can tell, I have not quite gotten the hang of making a perfect rectangle, but that's okay. It still tastes good. My grandmother's was always perfect. All right. And you want to take the peanut butter, and I need to add more, but you want to take it all the way to the edge. And you're just going to spread it around. Just a thin layer. Do you all make any type of Christmas candy at your house? I've always wanted to try like the hard Christmas candy. My mother-in-law used to make something called seafoam candy, and she would make that at Christmas. That's what they had made in her family. She hasn't made that in quite some time, but I know she always enjoyed that. She likes my peanut butter candy too, but just, you know, I was the only grandchild, and when my grandmother passed away, I just kind of took on the peanut butter candy making in the family. So, all right. Now, we are gonna roll this up. So, and it's all right that you have the extra powdered sugar and stuff, but I think it's easier to start away from you. And you're just gonna roll just a tiny little bit. It's sort of like rolling up a, like a pumpkin roll, you know, but, and then you can keep grabbing a little bit of the wax paper to help you. All right, let me get another piece of wax paper. Oh, and I'll shake off some of that powdered sugar onto here so that I can use it on the next one. Or actually, maybe we'll just try to move this one onto that. There we go. You know, it's different when you're on video and you're trying to be all nice and neat. I'm not exactly a nice, neat cook. All right. So here is the first one, and we're just going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill. That was always the part I hated growing up because I didn't want to wait for it to chill. I wanted to eat it right away. All right, I'm just going to do another one real quick so that I have one for me and one for the rest of the family. No, I'm joking. They would never forgive me if I ate a whole thing of it myself. All right. One more for the top. Okay. That one got a little bit thin, but that's okay. It actually came out in more of a rectangle shape. We're gonna get some more peanut butter out here. We always stock up on confectioner's sugar and peanut butter this time of year because we know we will be making this several times. I will have to make more of it for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then lots of the time we'll actually make it for New Year's as well, which after Christmas I'll share what we do for New Year's. But and if little pieces break off, that's all right. Just put it in the peanut butter and keep swiping. So I thought that after Christmas we would jump back in with some of our regular stuff, and I have a bedroom kind of refresh that I want to do. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that, and then we'll talk about New Year's and just kind of what we want to do for the year. You know, I've already been thinking, what are some things that worked well this year? What are some things that didn't work well? What do I want to do different in 2025? And so anyway, it's going to be a good year. So make sure you're subscribed and come along for the ride. And we have such a good community here, and it's just so encouraging. And so I just want you all to know that I really appreciate all of you. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful Christmas, and that you're just able to spend time with family, or if you're not able to do that, just spend some time reflecting on the reason that we celebrate Christmas. All right, let's roll this one up. This one turned out a little bit bigger. Yay. Maybe I'll give the kids the small one. You think I could clean up all my mess if I eat both rolls myself and they wouldn't know I made any? That might be a thought. All right. So we're just going to roll it up in the wax paper and put that one in the refrigerator to chill as well. Okay, so I am going to clean the powdered sugar off of my hands. We're going to let that chill for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, and then we will cut into it, and I will let you see what it looks like. All right, guys, so it's been about 30 minutes, so we're going to get that out of the fridge and slice it up and have some, and I will let you know how yummy it is. All right. So, as you can see, this is what it looks like inside when you cut it. And so all we do is just slice it in little thin pieces. I don't even know how thick you would call that, but anyway. And you can slice it as thin or as thick as you like. But this is how my grandmother always did it. Okay, all right, now let's have some. So good. You know, she used to make me my own tin of peanut butter candy, and I was really good. First of all, though, I did not share. My tin belonged to me, and I would only allow myself like 3 or 4 pieces a day so that it would last longer. But oh my goodness, you have to try this. It is so good. So, love it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I just really wanted to share that with you. It's just something that makes my tummy so happy. But I hope you guys will try it. It's really good, simple to make, and impressive to look at. So anyway, you guys have a great day. I will see you on Monday for day 11, and we'll finish out next week with the rest of our Vlogmas. So hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you Monday.